Hi YouTube friends, today I'm going to be talking about the 5 top classical guitarists, and these are just people that play the guitar for the most part. These are not guitarists like Tarrega or Barrios that also composed a lot for the guitar. These are mainly people that play and perform. Okay, the first person on the list, and I'm going to go chronologically, is of course Andrés Segovia. Andrés Segovia was born in 1893 and he passed away in 1987. So he was alive for 94 years and he played for most of those. He toured and performed for a very, very long time. Okay, what are the things that distinguish Segovia and made him the figure that he is? Okay, he was known for having a very expressive style, having an original way of interpreting pieces, and he was known for also having a wide palette of tone, being able to change the color of the tone. And again, he's known for his phrasing. He had a unique style. Mr. Segovia, I did a video on him a couple of weeks ago, so if you want to check it out, I'm going to put the link in the description. So I guess Segovia is number one on our list chronologically, and he's a big figure. The next person on the list is Julian Bream. Julian Bream was born on 1933, so 40 years after Segovia, and he did live 87 years. So he also, for more than half a decade, he performed all over the world. When a lot of these players during their careers, guitar was not an instrument you can study. So Julian Bream auditioned into the Royal Conservatory in England playing piano. And he also played guitar, but he was told not to bring the guitar to school. And then at some point he was caught playing guitar in the school and he was again reminded of that, so he just left school. Julian Bream is very famous for also playing other instruments, the Baroque guitar, the vihuela, and also the lute. He's credited for generating interest for the lute. And he was born in England, and his father was a commercial artist, but his father also was a sort of amateur jazz guitarist, and Julian Bream learned a lot from his father at the beginning. And he was very influenced by Segovia in his repertoire. He played a lot of the material that Segovia played. That is Julian Bream. Okay, the next person on the list is John Williams. John Williams was born in 1941, and his father was a jazz guitarist, a professional jazz guitarist, and also an accomplished classical guitarist. So John Williams' father, Len Williams, taught John Williams at the beginning, and then at some point, John Williams started attending summer classes with Segovia. So he was also very influenced by Segovia. And John Williams also went to the Royal Conservatory of Music in England. It's called, let me get the name of that school, Royal College of Music in England. But in this case, he also played the piano because there was no guitar. But at the end of his schooling, he was invited to form the guitar department, John Williams. So the tide is changing a little bit from Julian Bream being asked not to bring the guitar. John Williams also studied piano in the Royal College of Music, but then towards the end, he was invited to form the guitar department. So things are changing already as far as how the guitar is being viewed. Okay, what's relevant about John Williams? John Williams is known for having a great technique, and John Williams also started exploring more contemporary works, while Bream and Segovia play, classical pieces and songs by Albéniz and Granados. John Williams starts playing the music of Barrios, starts playing the music of Antonio Lauro, more Latin American, the music of Leo Brouwer. So John Williams' repertoire, it's a lot more contemporary, and he starts to play other composers in showing how the guitar could be, a very, very versatile instrument. And he's known for having great technique. John Williams, he let me see if I can get a quote from here, from somebody here. He's a guitar historian, Graham Wade, has said that John Williams is perhaps the most technically accomplished guitarist the world has seen. Okay, so a guitar historian, John Graham Wade said that. And John Williams toured all over the world, and he's a great player. Like I said, a lot of us heard about John Williams. You know, I heard about him before Julian Bream when I was growing up in Tijuana, Mexico. Okay, so the next person on the list is Pepe Romero. Pepe Romero was born in Spain, and he was born in 1944. His father, Celidonio Romero, was his teacher. And Celidonio had three sons, Pepe, Celine being the oldest, then Pepe, then Angel Romero. And all three of them play guitar. And Pepe Romero made his debut when he was 7, playing with his father at a concert. He played a gavotte by Bach and also the song Seville by Albéniz. When he was 7, he started performing. That is phenomenal. That is crazy how young he was when he started performing. The Romero family came to the United States from Spain because there was some civil unrest in Spain. So they came to the United States, and Pepe Romero settled in Southern California, in the San Diego area. He taught at the UC San Diego. He also was teaching at USC in Los Angeles. Then he also taught at the Southern Methodist University. And then eventually he was offered an adjunct professor, job at the USC, Thornton School of Music. Before he was just a guitar teacher, and now he taught a lot of great guitarists like Scott Tennant, Bill Kanageiser. He is responsible for forming the Los Angeles Guitar Quartet, who has been an ensemble that's renowned worldwide. And again, this ensemble has Bill Kanageiser, Scott Tennant. It had Andrew York at some point. So Pepe Romero has been teaching, or was teaching at USC for a long time. Renowned player. Earlier this year, I got to see him. It was a birthday celebration. He was turning 80 years old, and he played a concert. It sounded phenomenal. He played a lot of music by Villalobos and some Spanish composers, and he sounded phenomenal. He's still a great player at 80. Is that really possible? I heard Segovia played into his 90s, but I saw Pepe Romero at 80, and he sounded just incredible. Okay, so my last person on the list is going to be Christopher Parkening. Again, we're going chronologically. Christopher Parkening was born in 1947, and he also studied with Segovia, but I'm gonna go back a little bit. Christopher became interested in the guitar, and his cousin Jack Marshall, who was a studio musician, encouraged him to listen to the recordings of Segovia, and then Christopher Parkening became really interested in that, and by the age of 19, he was already performing and all over the world. And again, Christopher studied with Segovia, and he started touring a lot. And he was offered to form the guitar department at USC again. And he founded the guitar department at USC. But when he was 30, he decided to take a break from performing. He didn't find a lot of satisfaction. It was very stressful to be performing all over the world, traveling. So he wanted to pursue his hobby of fly fishing. So he bought a ranch in Montana and then retired from everything. And he did that for a few years. And all of a sudden, he visited Southern California during the winter, they say, and he was invited to Grace Community Church. And he attended the church, and he heard a message by John MacArthur, a pastor in that church, and that changed his life. And I'm going to read the quote that I have. I definitely don't want to misquote what I have. These are my notes here. So he said, the visit to Great Community Church profoundly affected He was profoundly affected by this experience. Parkening returned to recording and performing with a renewed sense of purpose to glorify God with his music. So Parkening said, I'm going to return to touring and performing, and my purpose now is going to be to glorify God. This visit to Grace Community Church changed his life. And again, Parkening he founded the guitar department in USC in Los Angeles. He also founded the guitar department in Montana State University. And then after that, he started teaching at Pepperdine University here in Southern California. So after being in Montana, he came back to Southern California. And now he resides here with his family. So anyway, those are the 5 guitarists that I consider to be the top guitarists of the world, the people that I heard when I started playing. I heard of Segovia, of course, then I heard of John Williams, then I started hearing about Parkening and Pepe Romero from a roommate I had in college, and then I started hearing about Julian Bream too a little bit later after that. So nobody had to tell me, hey, check out this and that. Those are names that just come to mind when you think of classical guitar. Alrighty, well, thanks for listening. Give back and be blessed. And don't forget to check the video in Segovia if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And we'll see you on the next video. I have some more lessons coming up and performances. Alright, take care.